In my intermediate math channel, I already covered the video about special case a minus b times a plus b is equal a squared minus b squared. Today I'm going to do vice versa formula, which is a squared minus b squared is equal a minus b times a plus b. Okay, let's start. So, let's assume we have 81 x squared. Oh, this is too thick. Minus 1. All right. So this format, I'm looking if it will match to my a squared minus b squared. Let me see. A to power 2. So if this is my a squared, then how much will be my a? So practically what I'm asking is which number squared will give me 81? Obviously it's 9. And which x to power 2 will give me x squared? So obviously x. So I'm writing down this in the form of 9x squared. Okay, minus, now this one is b squared. So this one is easier. So we can write down 1, we can write down 1 to power 2, right? Okay, so what does that mean? That means my a is 9x, my b is 1. So all we have to do, plug in this formula. So there we go. We are going to get 9x minus 1, 9x plus 1. Or I can write down 9x plus 1, 9x minus 1. There is no difference. Why? Because it's multiplication between them. Again, as I mentioned in my previous video, 3 times 2 or 2 times 3, does it make any difference? Absolutely not. So it doesn't matter which one you put first. Okay, so 8x squared, so we get 81 x squared minus 1 is equal 9x plus 1, 9x minus 1. Next one, 16 x squared minus 9. Okay, so if 16x squared is my b squared, a squared, and 9 is my b squared, well, let's find out how much will be my a. So 16, it's a 4 squared, right? It has to be squared because I have a squared. 4 squared, and x is also x squared, right? Which means I can put here Sn 4x to power 2. So if you go backwards, 4 to power 2, x to power 2, you will get 16x squared, right? Okay, let me clean it so won't make a mess, so it would be readable. And 9 is a b squared, which means b will be 3 to power 2, right? So my a is 4x, my b is 3. So as a result, 16 16x squared minus 9, I can write down 4x minus 3 times 4x plus 3. Let's do another one. Let me see. 1 minus 64x squared. Okay, I can represent 1 as a 1 squared, and 64 is a 8 squared, right? 8x to power 2. So again, a is equal 1, b is equal 8x, and we get 1 minus 64x squared is equal a minus b, which is 1 minus 8x, times a plus b, which is 1 plus 8x. Okay. One more. 36x squared minus 25y squared. Okay. So 36x squared I can represent 6x squared, right? 25 is a 5y squared. Okay. So 6x is my a, and b is my 5y. So therefore 36x squared minus 25y squared is equal 6x minus 5y, 6x plus 5y. All right, and the last one, it's a little bit more challenging maybe. So let's see. 81 x to power 4 minus 1. All right, let's see. 81, which number squared will give us 81? It's 9. X to power 4. So x to power 4 I can write down as an x squared to power 2, right? And then 2 times 2 will be 4, correct? All right, so it will be 9x squared to power 2 and minus 1. So from here, 81 x to power 4 minus 1 is equal 9x squared minus 1, 9x squared plus 1. I want to invite your attention on something. There has never been formula for addition version. It's only for subtraction version, okay? Only subtraction. All right, let's see. 9x squared minus 1. So 9x squared can I represent as 9x squared is a 3x to power 2, and 1 is 1 squared, right? So here is another a squared minus b squared, correct? A squared minus b squared, this one. So I'm going to break down as 3x minus 1 times 3x plus 1, correct? And 9x squared plus 1 I'm bringing down because we are done with this term. We can do nothing else. So this is the final answer. 81 x to 4 minus 1 is equal 3x minus 1 times 3x plus 1 and 9x squared plus 1. Okay, this is the case. Let me see if I can come up with another idea. Let me see. So 100. Oh, I don't want this color. 100x squared plus 1. Now I see how some of you are jumping to break down 10x minus 1, 10x plus 1. Let me tell you, wrong. Because we do not have formula for addition version. Remember, we have formula only for subtraction. There is no formula for addition version. Okay? All right. So next, I'm going to write down another case that is going to be interesting. So let me write down 256 m to power 8 minus 625. Okay, let's see what we can do here. 256 is 16 squared, yes? Whoever hesitating, you can punch the numbers on calculator and you will get 256. So 16 squared, right? And m to power 8 is going to be m to power 4 to power 2, right? Because in the case of exponent, all you have to do, divide by 2 to get this 4. While in the case of number, you have to raise to power. Look, let me do some drafting here. 4 to power 2, we write down 4 times 4, right? Equals 16. M to power 4 to power 2 is equal m to power 4 times 2. Okay? It's going to be m to power 8. For that reason, since I have here 16 to power 2, I want also get out to power 2. Therefore, I divide 8 by 2 and get m to 4. If I would have, let's say, m to power, let's say 10, instead of 4, I will have 5. But if I would have, instead of 8, I would have 7, then that's it. I could not use that formula a squared minus b squared, okay? So, back to our problem. So we have 16 squared m to 4 squared, which is, might as well write down 16 m to 4 squared. Okay? Take these two common as a common exponent, take out. So if anytime I distribute, I will get the same thing. 16 squared m to power 8. And minus 625 is 25 squared. Okay, so what we are going to do from here, my a squared is, let me write down here, this is going to be my a squared, this is going to be my b squared, right? Minus, from here, my a is going to be 16 m to 4, right? And b is going to be 25. So this squared here we take off, right, to get a. This square here we take off to get our a. So since we have b squared, we take square off, right, to get b, and we take square off to get 25. Okay? So what's gonna happen from here? 256 m to 8 minus 625 is equal 16m to 4 minus 25, 16m to 4 plus 25. As we talked about it, in the case of addition, there is no formula to apply, which means it's just gonna stay the way it is. Now this one, on the other hand, subtraction, I'm going to break it down. 16m to 4, it's gonna be 4m squared to power 2, right? And this one is gonna be 5 squared. Because square root of 16, I don't want to use terminology square root because I haven't covered it square root, that's why. So, which means number 4 squared will be 16, and m squared to power 2 will be 2 times 2 is 4, and 52. So, I'm going to write down like this. Let me clean nicely this square, okay? And times 16m to 4 plus 25. Okay, from here, what am I going to get from here? This is going to be broken down into 4m squared minus 5, 4m squared plus 5. Yes? Because this is going to be my a squared, this is going to be my b squared. So 4m squared minus 5, 4m squared plus 5, and the third parenthesis is going to be 16m to 4 plus 25. Okay, now, well, if you look, it looks like you can break down this one also, 4m squared minus 5. But it's not going to happen. We have here obstacle, it's 5. No number squared will give me 5. Which means this is our answer. Okay? Okie dokie. Next video I'm going to record perfect square. Alright, see you there.